Happy dark moon, everybody. Hi, hi. So I'm just getting started right now. I just got the feed up. Let me see everybody. Christina, Bookie76, Catherine. Hi, Steve. Welcome. Okay, Alex here. Hi, Alex. Hi, Mike. Hi, Crystal. Oh, hi, everybody. Okay, Meg. Yes, I would say Bookie76, but Meg. How's everybody? How's everybody doing? How is everybody? I've missed you all. This is such an exciting night. Have you been feeling the energies of Scorpio? Raise your hand if you have been feeling those energies. They have been intense. So today, just like a normal day, then it's like the dark moon energies just kind of hit, and it's like all the feelings, powerful intuition. It has been intense, right? Crystal saying crazy. Mike, don't get me started. I know. I am sitting here and I was preparing my space and just kind of getting in that mindset for tonight to be with all of you. And I literally just like had this wave of emotion come over me. And it was like connecting with all of you and the season and the gratitude for all of that, how far we've come together. It has just been intense. Hi, Candy. I'm so glad you made it. Yay! So it has just been like this wave of emotion. And it's like whatever you're in, whatever you're feeling, it's like you're feeling it extra. So if it's sorrow, extra. If it's happiness, it's extra. If it's love, it's extra. Just intense intensity. So it is okay. So Christina's saying she's anxious right now, but happy, in a happy way, super excited. I know, because it's just this, what's going to happen, this feeling. And oh, blessings to sweet little Rose. Yes. So it has just been, Rose is Candy's little sweet puppy. She's just a doll. Anyways. So all of these things, just intensity, which is the Scorpio energy, which is so good, because it is about really getting real and raw and honest and vulnerable in these spaces. You know how there's people who don't like to cry in front of other people because they feel like they seem weak, or if you seem too emotional or too sensitive, it comes across with a negative connotation. And it's so much about being authentic, right? There's so much about authenticity that society lacks. And I think that contributes to the disconnection that we sometimes feel, because we feel that we are alone going through all of these emotions or challenges, because everybody is trained, for the most part, to put on a smiley face, to pretend, and to just positive vibe it away, and as we can ohm it away, there's still certain things and certain currents that are just there, and they just don't go away because we pretend and ignore that they're not there. So when we get to these depths of these emotional charges and these opportunities to feel the feelings, don't be afraid to feel it. Okay. Hi, Yvette. I'm so glad you're here. Yay. So yes, so don't be afraid to feel the things that you're feeling. Don't be afraid to be honest and real and vocal about it, showing that aspect of you. You might feel like maybe there's judgment behind it or whatever, but understand that that's another person's interpretation and perception of what you're experiencing and showing the world. It's not your responsibility to be the interpretation for a person. You come open, honest, and real, and it's their job to receive you. Feel it. Oh, feet to the heat. Is that what you're trying to say? No, you're not trying to say feet to the heat. Feel it to heal it. Yes. I was saying earlier today, it's like your feet are to the fire. That's what I was saying earlier today. So I thought you were doing that. Let's honor your feelings. So hello, everybody, as I just jump right in, right? Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Shakti spiral. We do this every dark moon, once a month. We get together with the most amazing, beautiful people. I am Shakti, the High Priestess of One Ascension International and the Shakti Spiral, the Shakti Spiral Sisterhood. And we have a lot of our Sisterhood members here in the chat. So if you have any questions about the Sisterhood, any questions about what we do, just feel free to ask, and I'm sure someone will jump right in. We just have a wealth of knowledge on streaming right now. So feet to the heat. Yes, Mike. So that is what, it's funny because I was having a discussion earlier today and I'm like, it feels like, you know, we are not allowed anymore to be indifferent. I think those days are kind of gone. And being that we are in the last 2 months before the year is over, this intense master year, we knew that it wasn't going to be a small game. We are feeling that. We are feeling that fire. We are feeling that transformative alchemical intensity. And so we're not done yet. Okay. We have these 2 months, but what we can do in this time that we are gathering all that we've experienced, celebrating our continued expansion, we can also take reflection. And so I love November because it is a wealth month. We just got through, for us in the North, going through our final harvest. If you follow the wheel of the year, is that my wheel of the year right there? The wheel of the year, which is Samhain or Samhain, wherever some people even say Samhain. I guess it's gotten popular that way, but it's a Gaelic word, so it's Samhain. And so it's the final harvest. And there's such a space of, now we have all this, right? We've been doing the work, we've been showing up, we've been doing the things that we need to do. And now we have this reflection time for us in the North. We are going down, we're going into those inner reflective chambers, and we have all of this goodness. And so November is about wealth, about abundance. And then Sisterhood, we're using the bountiful blessings because it's bounty. It's not just about having something, it's about having it in an enormity of it. And we may have some sorrow, and we may have some enormity of sorrow that we've had to deal with in different aspects throughout this year. However, the place that it has brought us to has been transformational. And so wherever you're at on that path of transformation, you are in a powerful position. So it's about stopping for a moment. I love the dark moon. We stop for a moment, and it's just about assessing, and it's about getting real and raw. So let's see what the feed is saying. Crystal Ray, tons of shifts the past few days. Uranus, okay, we have our goddess of astrology. Uranus back in Aries, nodes shifted to Cancer and Capricorn, Mercury in shadow, yes. Venus back in Libra, new moon at the midpoint of Scorpio. Jupiter moves to Saggy tomorrow, so Sagittarius, a big, huge fiery energies. You know, Jupiter does nothing small. So new directions, yes. Christina, I wish I could learn astrology to understand better what's going on, and also my natal chart. She's talking to Crystal. Yes, Crystal is the goddess in that. So if you haven't set your stage, if you haven't set your space, if you haven't created some sort of special sacred moment with us here, give yourself this hour that we are together to just be here, be present, be fully on board, and set your space. If that's to burn an incense that you love, if it's to spray a spray, go ahead and do that. I myself am going to clear with some sage, white sage, and then I'm going to burn what's called the 7 directions. These are my favorites. These are my go-tos. I have a really dear friend. She's a powerful shaman who has these 7 directions. If you follow the shamanic will of that, they don't just go by the 4 directions, they have 7. And I'll speak of those in a second. So whenever I offer the sage, it's to not just to you and to myself, but to also the ancestors, those who've gone before and those who will go after. And why do the who have gone before? It's that etheric acknowledgement, and those who go after, because they're kind of rooted in us, in our ancestral line. So there we go. And the 7 directions are, of course, the east, the south, the west, the north. Just grab this, get this going really well. The east, the south, the west, and the north, above and below and center. So here's some for you. Oh my gosh, this smells so good. I had this in some of our monthly boxes that I was doing for a while. If you're not sure what that is, I was doing for a little bit, kind of like a beta testing of the Under a Magical Moon, which is a subsidiary of One Ascension International. It's kind of the magical component of One Ascension International that does some magical tools, and now we do customized things. I'll talk about that in a second. And in one of the boxes was this beautiful wand. So yes, so Mike is saying it is really quickly has become my favorite too. So I had to burn some more just, and let it here over here to the side, just burning for a little bit. So yes, with Under Magical Moon, for those who didn't get the memo, right now it is temporarily housed at oneascension.com, but that's going to change over. I'm really working on building a really beautiful website for Under a Magical Moon. But until then, you can order customized monthly magical boxes. So it's a less inexpensive way versus, say, a 3-day spell kit, 5-7-day spell kit, to have me focus on something for you. So say you really want to increase the fluidity of your love life or wisdom. You would say, Shakti, I would really love to work on this aspect of my life. What I do on my side, what makes it kind of a unique, this service, is I connect to your energy. And I channel specifically for the vibration, the frequency you're at, to get you to that space that you're desiring. And I will channel that and create custom blends depending on what you want. If you're sensitive to smoke, say, I may do a spray of an incense, or just kind of, I work together with you, creating the most powerful box, and then I ship that off to you. Now, this is not just in the US continental, it is also international. However, for international, postage is a little bit more, but I do ship internationally as well. So if you're interested in that, let me know. So yes, there's so much going on right now in the Sisterhood. We are doing some amazing things, and enrollment is now closed for the Sisterhood, but it will reopen again in spring. So if you're really thinking about it, we are only opening up at certain portals in time. So that'll be the spring equinox and the autumn equinox. So that's really exciting too. So yes. So good. Yes. So here, hi, but I can't fully be in to set my place. I will rewatch it at home. Okay. Beautiful. No, you don't have to worry about burning your sage in your cubicle, Yvette. Just know I did that for you too. So yes. So as we are all here gathered together, and why do we do these rituals? We do them because we are all going through something. And when we can speak about it with people who understand, when we can be held in this space that's created for us, a lot of shifts happen. We come back feeling replenished. We come back feeling seen and heard and acknowledged for what the things that we're going through. So it's really, ritual is a very powerful component of our human evolution. Back in the days when we were part of different tribes, there was ritual for everything. There was an acknowledgement for childbirth, from the transition from child into adulthood, from going into a certain partnerships or death, certain marked experiences, spiritual experiences, physical things. So ritual was a part of life. And since we've kind of become more out of touch and out of sync with that sacred part of us, there's a call. A lot of people are starting to remember certain things about magic and being called and drawn to the mystery, of which is the beautiful cycle of ritual, of honoring the moon cycles of dark moon going into the full moon, and then the waning back into the dark. And so what I mean about the dark is, right now the moon is not shining in the sky. She's taking this time to really gather in this energy. And what she's doing with that is resting. And it's our opportunity to rest, to gather in what we've learned. And then in 2 days' time, about 2 to 3 days, as soon as we start to see that crescent, that beautiful crescent in the sky, which some people in the mystics call the witch's moon, that's when we launch forward our projects. That's when we begin our new stuff. So it's like right about that time, we're percolating with these beautiful creative juices. We get clear, we get deep, we get we get real and raw. And that's what we're at today, especially with Scorpio helping us in this beautiful, powerful, watery energy that it does nothing surface. Okay. So I think I've talked about Scorpio before. If you're a Scorpio, if you have Scorpios in your life, they're intense, they're deep, they're highly intuitive. They know if you're bullshitting them. And it's just about being raw and real. And it's about doing things like going all the way, not half-assing anything. So tonight it's about being on board with that, being in that space. So, oh no. Okay, so what's going on? Yes, Mike is good. They're talking about the sisterhood right now. Oh no, mine is good. Maybe. Oh yeah. So, oh no, I hope you can get your internet going, Christina. Okay, so right now, what I really want you to do is just take a moment and let's breathe together. Let's breathe in unison before we create our circle and call in the directions. Okay, so just close your eyes and take a moment to just, as you inhale, picture your energy from all places, times, just coming back to you, like snapping in place as a puzzle. And as you hold it, and as you exhale, really empty out your lungs, releasing any stagnancy, any type of stuckness, any type of feeling of stress. And as you're inhaling again, really fill your lungs deeply, holding it. And as you exhale, really releasing any tension. One last breath, inhale, calling all of your energy back to you. And as you exhale, releasing anything that does not serve for your highest good, interest, or purpose, okay? And I want you to close your eyes and what I call looking in toward your third eye, in and up at your brow. Close your eyes, and I want you to take a moment to just be present, focusing on why you're here, even if it's unknown to you that you feel drawn or called to be here. If you're watching live or recording, there's a reason why you're here. So be here in this moment with all of us, all time being now. And just picture us all sitting in a great big circle. Again, it doesn't matter if you're watching this live or recording. There's power in the presence. And there's a power in knowing that all time is now. So for those watching recording afterwards, know that you are here live now with us. And picture a great big circle. It doesn't matter where we are in the world. We create a beautiful, powerful circle surrounding Mother Gaia. I want you to take a moment to focus on your heart chakra. And in this place in your heart chakra, picture a beautiful spiral. It can be any color. Normally with the heart chakra, it's associated with green, sometimes pink, even gold, depending if it's the higher chakra. And allow it to uncoil and spin, growing bigger and bigger until it encompasses all of your body. And notice the presence of the person sitting on your left, and extend this beautiful spiral energy with them. They receive it through their right, and it coils and winds with theirs. It releases through their left side, and the person sitting on their left receives it through their right. And so it goes clockwise, around and around in a great big circle. Connecting, connecting, connecting. Winding around this beautiful circle until you feel this energy, this powerful energy coming to you, and do receive it through your right side. And just take a moment to just breathe deeply in. As you feel this energy connect with yours, spiraling in this beautiful connective spiral, notice the colors dancing, the prism that has been made, the light prism of this beautiful exchange. Just take a moment to be in this space. And now with this circle, we call in the quarters. We call to the direction of the east, to the element of air. And as we turn our hearts and attention to the east, We thank the winged ones and call them to be here in our circle now. We call to the people nations of the East, where all things begin. And turning our hearts and our directions to the people nation of the South, to the powerful element of fire, to the serpent, the Kundalini rising, that passion and that flame. We call this element of fire to be here in our circle now, and turning our hearts and directions to the direction of the West, to the element of water, deep intuition, the sign of the Scorpio, where the water keepers keep record. We call to the people nation of the West, to this deep fluid, embiotic fluid of Pachamama, and say, come, be here with us now. And turning our heart and direction to the North, to the people nations of the North, to the element of earth, where the cold winds blow from the north, where things manifest in powerful form. We call to our crystal and plant allies, the stone keepers, the record holders, etched, engraved of lifetimes lived here. Those who will come after we have once left this earth, bones buried deep. We call to the ancient ones now. Be here with us. We raise our arms to the above, to the great macrocosm, to the beloved goddess, beloved all-mother, to beloved all-father, to our ancient ones, our guides, our ancestors. We say, come, be here with us. And as we anchor our energy down, we connect to the beloved one energy, to Pachamama, rising this energy up to center us in our stillness. And we call on the blessing of the beloved All-Mother to guide us in this process, in this ritual tonight, to manifest to us and to awaken us to what we need to know. We call to the beloved one energy to surround us, flow through us, anchor us here and now into no time and into no space, that we are expansive, extended, limitless. And with hearts beating and sounding as one, we say, it is done. It is done. And by our command, it is so. And blessed be. And welcome to tonight. Welcome to this powerful, powerful time. It is no accident that we're here. We're all together as we are finishing off, as we are celebrating what has been. And tonight, with the intensity of the dark moon, I really want you to be aware of what you're feeling, what is going through and echoing in your heart, in your mind. What has been the theme? I know that we have one in the Sisterhood, the bountiful blessings, but what has been going on inside of you that you have been feeling called and stirred, or it is time to let go of? What has been trying to come back that no longer serves you or has been resistant and releasing? We've been having sometimes, especially with the Venus being in retrograde, it is past kind of echoes back to us in a way of getting clear, really going through that unfinished business and getting clear to what it is that we really know we are deserving of, and allowing ourselves to proclaim that with no hesitation, allowing ourselves to proclaim it with no apology. A lot of us are being called to higher levels of spirituality, to no longer play small in the way we show up in the world. A lot of us are saying no more in relationships. A lot of us are finally saying yes to relationships. A lot of us are on different paths. Some of us are saying, you know what? I don't care how old I am. It's time to learn something new and are going back to school. And maybe those in school it's time to say, you know what? I'm doing this for all the wrong reasons and they're stepping back. So wherever you're at, honor it. Honor it with complete and profound clarity, knowing that what you're doing and where you're at in this exact moment, trust your intuition. There's a lot of people that will give you a lot of information in your lifetime. A lot of people will tell you maybe even what you're doing is the wrong way to do it and there's a better way. But only you know what that way is truly. And what may work for one may not work for another. And so, as we traverse this, as we go through this alchemical process of, like I said, feet to the fire, deep, deep rooted information, trust in what is coming up in these last few months of, really, it's not even months anymore. We're already the 7th. It feels like, I don't know about you, but energetically, it feels like November's almost over. But trust in this powerful process. Trust that you have the answers. It's a matter of listening and waiting for them and trusting that they will come. A lot of people go, I have challenges with meditation, or I'm, sometimes I don't have the time. And I say this to you, and I pose this question to you. With things that are going on in your life, and you know that there's certain changes that need to be made, can you afford to not have time? 5 minutes, 10 minutes, wait for the answer. Seek the answers to questions that you have. Before I came downstairs, I was getting ready to be with you tonight. And I have a kind of a wide landing at the top of my stairs, and the lights were all off. And the only light that was coming was from my ancestral altar. And I had a candle lit, and just one flame. It was actually very small, like a tea light. And as I walked through and I was going to turn on the light so I can go down the stairs, a thought came over me about using this moment to connect to the energies I was feeling. We kind of rush by and you might feel something, but you're like, okay, that's interesting, but I got to get going. I stopped for a moment. I closed my eyes and I just extended my heart chakra and just scanned the room. And I could feel this loving presence, ancestors, familiars, guides. And I said, thank you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being willing to just wait for my call. Thank you for taking the time to show up in my life. And in that moment, I got this wave of profound love and appreciation on my side. And it was so moving that literally I almost was in tears over it. And I thought, what a sacred moment. That's what I would call a very sacred, profound moment, because it has an impact and it gets your attention. It's not just something that just flutters in the wind. It's profound because it kind of gets you at your core. And this month is about we go through being a thanks and being thankful, being in that thankful period or process. But here's something that I pose to you, and it's, how about being thankful in the moments that feel hard, the moments where you're not getting answers to a lot of questions that you have, where it doesn't feel like you're being heard or seen. Those moments are very challenging to be thankful in. And those moments require a tremendous amount of faith and belief that it's going to get better. But here's the thing, it does. If you're willing to work it, it does. It's something happens, something changes, because energy is constantly moving, right? So when you're in that space of gratitude and just being thankful, even if it's just for the breath that you're breathing, the air that surrounds you and supports you so you could breathe. And some of us in the sisterhood know what that feels like, because some have gone through health situations. To take a breath feels like a gift. And even if that's all you can do in a moment, you are changing the energy and your field around you, and you're becoming much more in tune with the things that you are thankful for. So it's a a challenging thing to do. It's easier to do when we're in moments of beauty and we're surrounded by happiness, or we're surrounded by a feast at our table, or we're doing things that feel good, we're here together and sharing this love. But it can be challenging for a lot of people, especially at this time of the year. People lose loved ones all the time, and people that they care about. And so at this time of the year, it gets challenging, especially if they're alone for the holidays or whatever. But right now is a powerful time to exercise that profound connection. You don't even have to use the word gratitude, because that gets so used. Sometimes it can feel a little commonplace, but just how about connecting to those things that you love and you appreciate? The way, as an example, what I did, I extended my heart chakra and I kind of touched around the room where I felt presence, and there was something there, and or there were a lot of things there, and I just said, thank you for just being here on my landing. I mean, I don't know if it's really landing, but it shifts so profoundly. So tonight we're going to connect to things that we love and that we appreciate, and we're going to do it in a different way. We're going to do it in a meditative way, and I'm going to ask for your high selves to present to you something that you may not be aware of. Okay, so it's a little different. The first thing we usually do is our loved ones, our family, our children, our spouse, our significant other, our partner, lover, friend. Okay, so that's a quick thing, right? And so we're very aware of that. But I'm going to ask for your high selves, my high self included, to connect to something that we're not aware of, that we are profoundly connected to and and grateful for, that we may overlook. Okay. Okay. So close your eyes and you take a deep breath. Just inhale, hold it. And as you exhale, I want you to release any resistance to this work. I want you to release any expectation. Again, breathing in, deeper, deeper. Hold it and exhale, really getting clear. One last breath. Inhale, hold it, and exhale. You're going to go ahead and just go return to your long, deep breathing. And I want you to connect to your heart chakra. Connect to that space that's now so expansive. And see that spiral that's now emanating around you, around your field. It's a powerful portal. Now imagine that it does show up to you as a portal, something solid, like a doorway. Imagine this doorway, color, shape, may not even be rectangular. Allow it to show itself to you. And before you open the door and step through the doorway, I want you to just request that what needs to be shown to you, what you need to see, will be revealed. Okay? And as you open the door, notice how the door opens. Do you have to pull it or do you push it open? That's really important. And I'll explain after. Stepping through the doorway, step into the scene. It can be outdoors, it could be indoors. Notice what you notice. It could be day, it could be night. Take in the scene right now. Just feel what you feel. And the request has been made that something be shown to you, a situation, a person, a thing that you need to become aware of, that you're connected to. And powerful gratitude and appreciation must be also part of your awareness. a powerful gift that is just yours. And almost as if by magic, it starts to appear in front of you. So, where there was once just this beautiful scenery, straight directly in front of you, something starts to appear. A gift and a blessing. Receive this now. It may even come as quite a surprise to you what you see. If it's a allow them to give you a message. If it's an object, if it's a scene from your past, allow it to give you information. Let this image or person or scene become part of you. Allow it to be absorbed into your heart chakra so that you are one with it. And as you finish this space, the scene, you take it with you. It becomes etched in you. Feel it now just in your energy field. It may have to get smaller to do so. Allow it to morph into your field. Thanking the space. Feeling the deepness, the depth of what what you're experiencing right now. Thank the scene that you feel you're in, that you are in right now, the scenery, the wherever you're at. Bless the space. As you turn around to step through the doorway, do so with an expansive heart. The door closes behind you. And as you step through this portal, through the heart chakra, come back to center, grounded into your feet, going down into Mother Earth. And allow what you've received, see it like a powerful light and a replication of what you received. See it extending outward again. So you get a mirror image of what you received. Small, symbolic, like a seed of light. And allow it to meld with Mother Earth, giving thanks to her, giving this powerful love and appreciation that you've experienced and sharing it with her. And what you're doing is seeding further experiences of beauty. It may be dormant now, or maybe in springtime in the south, in the southern hemisphere. But wherever you're at, understand that you are seeding and feeding and fueling as a powerful gateway for your future. And as you come up through your feet, be fully present in your body. Open your eyes, start to be in your body once more. Move your body as you feel intuitively guided to. You might need to adjust your head, roll your shoulders, your wrists, your feet, your ankles, and come back to being here. If you need to write about what you experienced, do so. But here's what I wanted you to notice about the doorway. Did the door open, or did you have to open it like outwardly? How your door opened to you is how you are receptive to the energy. So if you have to pull it, you have to pull the energy more towards you. If you open it, that means you have to step more towards the energy. Okay. So think of that and take note of that. If you have to pull it, you have to basically, or you need to pull the energy more towards you. If you're opening it, you have to step into the energy more. Okay. If it opens up right without you having to open it, the stepping up to it is the sign right there. You stepped up to it and then it opened. That means that that is your part. It's just being willing to be receptive, and there it is. So, Christina, you pull the door. That means that you need to pull this energy more towards you. You need to embrace it more, become part of it more. Okay. And so if you have to pull, remember, if you have to open it, like that means you have to, instead of embracing it, you have to step more into its embrace, if that makes sense. Okay. I love that. Okay. So how did that feel? How did you, okay, so Crystal just said that it was powerful. How did that feel to, did some things, were some things revealed to you that you didn't even know, um that you were connected to, and that there was profound gratitude there that you needed to become aware of in your life? Okay, Candy. So if you had to push it open, that means that you need to step into it. Yeah. Okay. So that's why I say there's a subtlety in the energy that we go into. It's very subtle. So Meg is saying a gold wand appeared in her heart, and she knew. Ah, I heard you are magical, powerful, and holy moly! I love it. You bet you were so funny. You're so funny. Christina's saying I also saw at first a black shadow, and I opened my eyes. Oh, so that startled you. Did the shadow startle you? Is that why you opened your eyes? Something that can happen when something really deeply powerful or magical, it kind of makes us go, and then we're like, we get out of that trance or whatever. So I would do it again. Um, and do it again. And this time, if you do see the black shadow, understand that it's not. That's happened to me before, Christina. So I know what that feels like, because it's really intense. It's immense power. So there's something there. You definitely need to see it again, and we can knock ourselves out of that because we're kind of shocked at what's revealed to us, especially if we're not expecting it, which I love, because that means that it's authentic, and it's part of what you need to uncover or discover. So I love that. Alex says, same as Crystal, door fell open as soon as I touched it. So that just basically means you need to be aware of it. It's there already. Like there's really nothing about you stepping into it or or it coming to you. Literally, it's just about you being open to it. It's already there. So that's very powerful. The wand floated to me and just hovered. Okay, see how powerful that is? It's so magical. There's so much there to uncover about who you are and what so how did that make you feel? Like seeing that, was it surprising to you? Meg, was it surprising? So Mike is saying that his is about community and feeling part of something. So, wow. Yes. Kind of like when I go into spaces of for me, it's when I really think about the sisterhood or being here in the dark moon circles every month on YouTube, how grateful I am for those, because I receive so much too. You share your energy with me, and I receive so much being in this space with all of you, being witness to your amazing lives and the things that you're going through and holding this space. But it also helps me in my own life to shift out of things. Sometimes I might be going through something really challenging, and knowing that I have this responsibility pulls me out of my own head, and I have to be here present for all of you. So that becomes very powerful, and it's a really powerful process, and I appreciate that because it helps me to see a fuller perspective, because I get some time to just focus on you without having to worry about what's going on with me. So it's been really good. Um, let's see. I love it. You're so chatty. I love it. I will repeat this. I feel I need to see this. Yes. Yes. Please repeat it. For anybody who feels like, don't feel like just because, okay, you did it, you're done. If you need to do it again to get more clarity, That's why we have the replay. That's so perfect. So, yes, Catherine said, for me, it felt as if I was using the force. It opens, I move my hands in motion. Wow. Okay, so which way did it open for you? Did it open away or towards you, Catherine, when you moved with your hands? That's powerful. So and take note of what that is for you, Catherine. So yes, so in this space, okay, so for this month, in this powerful alchemical energy, be open to connecting your heart space with the things that you appreciate. You know, we go into our minds and we're like, I'm grateful, I'm thankful, and we can start to feel it in our heart. Start at your heart and just project it out and touch it. Literally, think of your heart, just shine this light, this beaming this light, and touch the things that you're grateful for and just say thank you. Thank you. And the more you're watching a person who is telling you their story and you're so grateful for their life as they're explaining the story to you, even if it's a story that they might be going through something, project that love to them, saying thank you, because it's gonna shift their energy. Have you ever done that before? That just makes me think of a story. That reminds me of the story where I had a loved one who was going through something really challenging, and as they were telling me their story, I just kind of was in a space where I was listening to them, holding them in that space, but this deep sense of appreciation for them and how they are in my lives came over me. And so I started to project this love, just this, again, through my heart chakra, pulsing this love to them. And something pretty extraordinary happened. All of a sudden, they started to just kind of shift out of the story they were telling me. And they kind of like got quiet and they kind of started to like, it's not as bad as I thought it was. It's going to be okay. And they kind of actually had like a resolution for it and like a feeling of like, you know what? This is not going to take me down type of thing, you know? And so how much we can do with that telepathic, that surging of love, how much we can just really connect and shift things around. So do that. Do that more and see, try that experiment. The next time, if you can remember someone's going through something, try that. It's a really powerful experience. Why am I not surprised, Meg? Meg says she sends out Care Bear heart stares every day. I love it. Yeah. So, okay. So think of it that way in this profound, magnitude of something. But even how about the challenge? And if you know what I mean, if you do that already, try it when you're feeling a little challenged. See how that shifts you. So in this magnitude, right, of energy, in this influx of energy, in this deepness that we're going through, the things that we're going through right now, that is also a secret to wealth. Okay. It is taking the things that we see that are the everyday things and stopping for a moment and just being encapsulated with them and going, wow, wow. Okay. So for instance, I have a car. I love my car. She's kind of older, but I love her. She's perfect. And, I'm thinking probably maybe in the near couple of years, I may get a new car, but I'd keep her in the family type of thing. So the whole point is that she's getting older, but my appreciation for her hasn't lessened. And when we get something new or we're in that space of like, wow, right, I'm so thankful. I'm so thankful. Thank you for this newness. Even with the things that seem a little older, remember how they were when you first received them. A new love. You might be maybe going through a dry spell with your relationships or your friendships. But remember how it felt when you first connected. Remember how it felt, when you had your first ritual with me, for example. And get back to that feeling. Remember what it felt like when you had that first whatever, that first inspiration and pick up that paintbrush again. Or that first surge of I can sing and start singing from that space of newness again. The way you fell in love with your first opera or your first show tune or your first book of magic that you picked up. In fact, in the Sisterhood, I loved it because our sister Karina, I believe it was, took a picture of her very first magic book and said, "This was my very first. My grandmother, she had this beautiful story about her grandmother giving it to her." And it just sparked this, like, everybody kind of sharing their pictures of their very first magical books. And it was like, it fueled something really powerful. And being thankful for those first moments, the first whatever, the first time you ever experienced your first tarot deck or divination tool, the first time you got a paying client, say if you're going in your business for yourself as an entrepreneur, or the first time you got a yes to that job that you may sometimes begrudgingly go to right now. How did you feel? And it's getting back to that space of connecting with the heart and saying thank you. And what you do is you shift the momentum, and that wealth comes in because you're in that space of, oh my gosh, I'm in love with this. I'm in love with this tea. You know, the first time I ever tried this tea, my very favorite tea, it's by the company Aveda. If you haven't tried this tea, literally, it is the best. It's the same company that does the hair products, which I love and I use too. Aveda has the best tea. Anyways, I'm just saying. Side note. But the first time I ever had it, I'm like, what is this? I love it. So I kind of train myself to go back into that, to stop being so mundane, like, oh yeah, this is my tea and I'm drinking it, but really like, I remember when I first tried it, it was like so good. I had to like, what is this tea? You know, and to buy it immediately. So it's going back to falling in love with those aspects of ourselves again. And that is the bounty. That is the harvest that our lives hold, you know? It's huge. It's huge. Mike, I'm cackling. I love it. Yes. So in that space of falling back in love and in gratitude and appreciation for whatever it is that you are excited about or still want in your life, do that practice, okay? But do it from a space of sincerity. I mean, if you just go, okay, Shakti said I have to do this. Okay, so I love you. No, do it from a space of, really contemplate what this means in your life, what this relationship or what this job or what this car or what this schooling or whatever connection it is, what it means to you. If it's still serving a purpose in your life, and if it is, ask yourself why, okay? And what you were shown in that meditation, if it's just opening your arms and embracing it versus being closed off to it and kind of turned away from it, or stepping into its embrace, be willing to do so, because that means it's waiting for you if you have to make the step forward. But if it's just a matter of you being open, be open to receive it. So be in that space. So yes. Yvette says, I'm glad we can repeat this. I was secretly trying to do this without letting my coworkers see me. I had my eyes closed, but I couldn't see the door, only my spiral in front of me. Okay, perfect. So I love that you're trying to do this, Yvette. You were so wonderful. So yes, just take the time for yourself. Take this moment in time to go back to the replay and redo it. Meg says, yes, and being present in our moments and being thankful and grateful. Love this. Candy, I have divination tool made by a sister here and has so much energy. It is amazing. Oh, I love that. I love that. I love our sisterhood. Mike, finding the magic in the small moments and things. Fall in love with life. Love, love, love it. Candy saying, yes, Mike, we get so caught up in the day-to-day things, sometimes appreciating the magical moments of the small things. Yeah, you can forget. It's easy to do that. And isn't it funny how, okay, for instance, let's just shift it for a second. You ever gotten really kind of upset with somebody and or a relationship or connection, and you're like, and you're trying to say, replay the story to yourself or maybe to somebody else as you're talking it out, and you're explaining it, and you realize it wasn't the big thing, that the last thing that got you so involved in that emotion. It was the little things that led up to it. Those little things, those little moments are charged with energy, but we call them little because they seem, not very substantial in that moment. But those little things do add up. So those little things add up to a charge of emotion. So when you start doing the little things, you'll get the charge, that wealth of emotion, that bounty. So these are important. And I know we all know this, right? We all know this, but it's looking at it from a different angle, a different point of view, the door, that symbology there. It's taking this and going, and maybe I'm not going to just write out the list of I'm gratitude, I'm grateful, I'm grateful, I'm grateful. Maybe it's just picking one thing and falling deeply in love with it. One thing or two things. So we're not so spread out, and really taking that moment to just be that. And it makes all the difference, all the difference, all the difference. Finding passion again in the things you love. Yes. Yes. How many of us, and this is why I fall in love, back in love again with rituals, but how many of us do things that were once we were so excited about and we're like, God, moments though. They are clarity moments. They're check-in moments to see if that's what we want to continue with something, or maybe it's time for something else. But if we still go, no, I'm keeping it because I still want it, then that says something. It's simply a matter of how we're approaching it. Okay. It's a little matter of how we're approaching it. Okay. So your opportunity, I'm not going to say homework, your opportunity is to build yourself a wealth altar if you haven't already. I know the Sisterhood has, they should have anyways. Build yourself a wealth altar. It doesn't have to look extravagant. It could be even a little small part of a table, something that you can look at. Fill it with certain mementos or things that make you feel abundant in love and maybe even wealth, abundant in your life, that make you feel like your life is just absolutely beautiful, that move you in some way. And from now until the new moon, I want you to light a candle, or if you can't light a candle, be in that space and pour out your heart in gratitude. Connect with your heart chakra. I want you to literally do like, I love Meg's Meg's example of the Care Bear stare. If you don't know what that is, it's like the bears, little chubby little teddy bears, and they have like these little symbols on their bellies, and it kind of exudes out and it comes into this rainbow or star or heart, and they just beam this energy. So with your heart chakra, beam it, just think of it like a flashlight turning on, and share that with your plant, your animals, your altar, everything that you have chosen on your altar. I want you to charge it with your heart chakra. Something amazing is going to happen, and I want you to report back to me about how you've changed in your relation to the things that it is that you need to pay more attention to, exchange more gratitude with, but also how the wealth has come to, that bounty, and how you start to notice the things that you may not have noticed before. So that is your opportunity. I hope you'll take this time to do that, because it's immeasurable, the differences that you'll see in your life. The color of the candle could be red if you want to feel your passion. It could be brown if you want to root more in that wealth energy, if you want to root more in just anchoring in what you feel that love for. It could be yellow if you just need a little bit more positivity or optimism in your life. It could be black if you feel like you want to get into the magic and the mysteries and exude that. White is more for the clarity. If you want it's all purpose, but really white is, for me, it's about getting to clarity. It's about shining that beacon of seeing things really clearly. So you may need to work with some of that energy. So be guided to what your candle color of choice is. Okay. Brown and red. Beautiful. Yes. Okay. And if you have any questions, you can always put them in the the comment box in the video, and I'll answer them when I get to them. So yes. So there we are. So thank you again. And before we close for this, stay with me. We're not done yet, especially if you've been part of the opening part of the circle. We have to open it up again, or close. We have to open it up again. So take this time to just feel the love that I have for each one of you. As I am exuding my heart to each one of you now, feel the appreciation, the enormity, the immensity for showing up in my life, for sharing your beautiful energy with me, for allowing me to guide you this month and the months past. For it could be your very first ritual with me, it could be over 3 years that you've been with me. We've been doing this, but however long, thank you. And I share deep appreciation as I witness your life. I mean, we may never meet in person, but understand that this is powerful magic that we are doing together, powerful, transformative work. And we do meet in the ethers. We meet in these rituals, and energy can travel faster than the speed of light. So thank you. Thank you for allowing me to serve you tonight. We thank the beloved All Mother, All Father, the Divine One Energy for being here in our circle. Thank you to our ancestors, to our guides. Thank you to the magic that has taken place this evening and for the clarity and the love and the direction that we've received. To the direction of the north, element of earth, thank you for being part of our circle. To the direction of the west, element of water, thank you for being part of our circle. To the direction of the south, element of fire, thank you for being part of our circle. And to the direction of the east, element of air, thank you for being part of our circle. And with our eyes closed, let's just send around a just love, appreciation, and support for those in our circle who need it. Sending around just deep, profound witness of a powerful life, powerful lives, just emanating that gratitude, emanating love and connection, healing, expansiveness, support in all directions. And as we release the energy, the heart energy that was shared with us through our right sides, allow it to uncoil as it moves through you, uncoiling, going counterclockwise, around and around in the circle, until you feel your energy coming back to you through your left side. And with your energy still expanded, we call on the Divine One energy to flow through us and to cleanse our fields now, to cleanse any debris, any attachment, anything that may have picked up with this work, anything we may have released, clearing it all now and turning our hands and our feet down to the ground, releasing any energy that is no longer needed, that is part of the ritual that we no longer need, and just letting it seed down into the ground for Mother Earth to recycle. She's the great recycler and knows exactly how to use this energy purposefully. Feeling grounded, feeling your feet just rooted down into the earth. Your tailbone extending downwards like it's grown a powerful tendril spiraling downwards to the center of the earth. What we mean by grounded is just you want to ground and anchor this energy so that you don't feel lightheaded or have a headache, because there's a lot of energy that was conducted. Raising your arms upward, feeling washed clean by the Divine One energy, and allowing the coil, you're coiling smaller and smaller, your heart chakra, allowing that spiral to get smaller until it again centers in the center of your chest. And so it is, with so much blessing and love. Calling it to you. And so it is. I love you all so much. Thank you for being here with me in this powerful dark moon. May magic be yours, to you and to those you love. Mwah. Bye-bye.